Out of every FBA tutorial, this one is going to blow your mind because for me, I've been doing this business for 8 years. In this video, we're gonna be covering a step-by-step Amazon FBA tutorial on getting to 15K a month all the way up to 100K a month in sales. In this video, we're gonna be focusing on setting up your seller account, finding profitable distributors, how to position yourself as an Amazon seller, and really going into the nitty-gritty of the business. I'm Alex, and I've done over $20 million in sales on Amazon, and I'm going to show you step by step on if I were to go back to 2017, how I would start over and how I would start the business over with maybe 5 to 10 grand in capital. So stay tuned for this video. This is gonna be a really fun one, guys, and I hope you get a lot of value out of this video. Okay, so imagine this. You're in your apartment, maybe you're young, you're in your parents' basement or garage, and you wanna get started with wholesale. You've heard about the nightmares about online arbitrage and retail arbitrage and the ungating that's gotten out of control. And it's really pushing a lot of those online arbitrage sellers out of the picture. So the only way to really scale and build a business in 2025 on Amazon is going through brand direct or wholesale. So let's say you have 5 to 10K in starting capital. The first thing you want to set up is your LLC. Your LLC is going to allow you to contact distributors as a business because they only work business to business. Then you're going to need a resale certificate. For New Jersey, it's called an ST3 form. Every state is different, but it allows you to not pay taxes on any orders. Once that is set up, you're going to want to get a professional domain. I can't stress this enough, guys. Your email should be your name at companyname.com. When approaching a distributor such as KE and you're emailing them, you want to look as professional as possible. If you're coming from a Gmail, they clearly kind of put you in a category is that you're not serious and you're probably not going to spend any money. The next thing you want to do is set up a simple website, maybe using Fiverr.com. And on that website, you're basically going to have some of the products that you're selling. You can kind of mock it up, maybe putting some Dove on there, maybe putting some Old Spice, just showing you that you are trying to sell products on your own site. It's going to help you out in the long run. So now let's get into the nitty-gritty of once we have all that established, how do we even find these suppliers? Yet, how do we find authorized suppliers that we know Amazon knows and that if we have any account health issues, that our invoice is going to be sufficient and it traces back to the brand? Guys, supply chain is extremely important 2025. You need to have all your ducks in the row if you're going to be selling on Amazon for the long haul. So now let's get into how we find some of these distributors. So there are a few ways to find some of these distributors and find even profitable distributors. I know a lot of people say, I can find distributors, I can't find profitable distributors. So I'm going to be going through the breakdown on ways that we've found distributors. So the first and obvious way is Google keyword research. And what are we going to type into Google? Maybe we'll type in national grocery distributors in the New York, New Jersey region. And maybe we want to switch it up a little bit and tackle the arts and crafts niche. So maybe we want to do arts and crafts distributors that are national. Or maybe we want to go even further and go distributors that carry sporting and outdoor products. We want to play around with the keywords and twist them and flip them in different positions to see what new results pop up. One of my favorite ways to find distributors is showing up to a trade show. And this trade show can even be a local trade show. It depends on where you're located. If you're in the New York, Florida, California area, there are plenty of trade shows that are local that are in that area. Trade shows, you get to meet with distributors, have real conversations with them, and it's easier to open up accounts that way than just cold calling them. Another great way to find distributors is also just being observant of like the trucks on the road. You don't know how many times I've seen a tractor trailer drive by. Even on my way here, I saw a tractor trailer that said Vistar. I said, Vistar, oh, maybe I'll, that's a distributor I know of. For someone new, maybe that's a distributor you check out. So be aware of the tractor trailers that are on the road and start jotting those down so you can follow up and contact them. Another thing that's very important is qualifying this distributor. So a couple couple ways we can qualify a distributor is: one, do they have their own trucks on the road? Do they have multiple locations? Have they been in business for 25 years? Those are 3 qualifications to make sure that that distributor is authorized and that they are working with the brands directly. So now we've established our LLC, we've gotten our resale certificate, our website's up and running, we're reaching out to some of these distributors, we're finding and adding a list of distributors to our database. Last but not least, another way we can find distributors is honestly through ChatGPT. ChatGPT is a great way to find distributors that are in your area or that are national in certain niches. So leverage ChatGPT as well. So now what we have is the LLC set up, we have our list of distributors. Now it's time to actually call them, not email them. We're going to call them. And the phone conversation is going to kind of look like this. Hey, this is Alex from XYZ company. We were interested in opening up a wholesale account with your company. We're wondering if you have an application we can fill out to get started. You're going to get an application. You're going to fill out the application. You're going to fill out the ST3 form or your resale certificate. And then once that account's open, you're going to get a catalog from them. A lot of you might be asking, saying, what if they ask if you sell on Amazon? Be honest with them. Let's say I'm the distributor. Hey, do you sell on Amazon, Alex? Yeah, of course we do. We sell on Amazon. We specialize in grocery and health and household. We're currently working with KeHE. We would love to open an account with you as well. Maybe cross-referencing other distributors that you're currently working with could be a good entry point to get a different account. So even my first suggestion is start to open up an account with KeHE. KeHE is an easy account to open, and it's a good leverage point to get other accounts opened. I don't know if you guys seen any other YouTube videos like this, but this is some serious information that a lot of people pay for. You know, positioning yourself in a certain way, cross-referencing other distributors. This is how you really get your foot in the door with some of these distributors that are telling you no Amazon sellers, is coming to the conversation prepared. If there's certain brands you're interested in sourcing, start mentioning, you know, we're interested in this, and this brands, and start having those real conversations with them. Because I will tell you very quickly, as a previous sales rep myself, we can quickly tell whether you are new to selling on Amazon or if you've been selling for a while. So it's important to position yourself as an experienced seller. So now we've gotten the catalog. We've gotten the catalog from the supplier. Maybe it's 10,000 lines on an Excel spreadsheet. What are we supposed to do with that catalog? We're going to leverage a scanning software. One of my favorite UPC scraper softwares that's out there is Third Party Profits, because it allows me to scrape multiple supplier lists at the same time. There are other scraping softwares out there like Scan Unlimited and Analyzer tools that you can also use. But what that scraping software is going to allow you to do is going to filter out all of the products that meet a certain margin parameter for your business. Let's say you want to source products that are a 15 to 20% margin. That scraper will sort all those products out, and then what you can do is start to generate a purchase order with that distributor. And this is another thing that's very important. Something that's going to make you seem a lot more professional is if you provide the purchase order in cases and not units. Guys, these distributors operate in cases. How many cases are you taking? The minimum is 400 cases you have to take, maybe for some distributors. If you start talking their language, you're going to have a better relationship with them. And what's even better is that if you use third-party profits, you can export the purchase order out of the software and just email it directly to that sales rep. Now you're going to have that inventory shipped to maybe a prep center. Maybe they will ship residential to your garage, and you're going to start packing and labeling those products. So you're going to be FN skewing each product. You're going to be multi-packing some products. You're going to be bubble wrapping some products, and you're going to be getting them ready for Amazon. You're also probably going to want to use a software like 2D Workflow. 2D Workflow allows you to basically streamline your process, meaning that you're going to add everything you just bought in a 2D workflow. 2D workflow is then going to tell you where does Amazon want your inventory. You're going to be able to provide box labels, you'll get UPS labels, and you'll be able to ship that out the door to Amazon. Now you sit back and you wait for Amazon to receive the inventory. In the meantime, something that I would be doing is looking at a few repricers. Repricers allows you to stay competitive on the listings. One of my favorite repricers to use as a beginner is called Alpha Repricer. It's around $29.99 a month. It just allows you to set the parameters to say if someone goes from $10 to $9.99, your repricer is going to follow them down. This is important when trying to collect sales as an early seller. Another thing I would also recommend is getting Seller Board to calculate your rough profit, your estimates of profit. Of course, you want to have QuickBooks. You want to do it through QuickBooks. But Seller Board's a good, quick way to find out what you're actually making on your Amazon business. Another thing you can also leverage in Seller Board is the auto response tool. So the auto response sends emails to customers that purchase your product requesting a review. It's important to start building out your reviews. And this is pretty much the entire circle of selling on Amazon. It's sourcing products, sending products to a prep center, shipping them out to Amazon via UPS in the beginning. You're not going to focus on LTL unless you're at scale. Repricing the products, collecting a payment from Amazon, paying down your credit card if you're leveraging debt, which I highly recommend to do. I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but we leverage credit cards like the American Express Plum Card, which gives us 60 days to pay off the card. The Chase Business Premier Inc. 2.5% cash back, over $5,000. Another great card. So we start leveraging these credit cards to build out our catalog on Amazon and go very wide. We're not buying just one product. We're not going all in on one product. We're going very wide. That is pretty much the entire cycle of Amazon FBA. I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. I had a great time kind of filming it. And if you guys have any other questions, drop them down in the comments, like, subscribe, and we're going to be working on getting more YouTube videos out like this. So I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.